lot of career coaches and YouTubers saying, oh, just follow your passion and do what you love. Yeah, that's well and good. Here are 2 things to avoid, actually, when you're looking for part-time and flexible work. Whew. This is going to be a really long video. This video is going to give you real practical advice on what to do after you get let go. Hey there and welcome back to my channel. My name's Eva Evangeli, your career coach here. Getting fired can be really scary, can be so confusing because we tie so much of our identity with the work that we do. So this video is not going to be about coping with the emotional aspect of it, which I've been there, I know and I understand. But this video is going to be practical tips, and if it's still very fresh, you might not be ready. People don't always want to look at solutions. So cry, take some time to process. If you're ready to start looking at, okay, what do I actually do about this? Then this video is for you. Now, my first tip is assessing your financial situation first. While you may want to live out your passion and do something that you've always wanted to do, I guarantee you won't have the peace of mind in order to be able to be creative and productive if you're literally stressing out so much about putting food on the table. Do you have 6 months of savings? Great, then you can go off to Thailand for a couple of weeks and contemplate your next move. But if that's not the case and you're living maybe month to month, then start to assess, first of all, do you get any severance? Do you get a notice period? If you're lucky enough to be put on garden leave, how long are you going to have money? And calculate your necessary expenses over the next few months, typically 3 to 6 months. Think about how much money you're actually going to need to have and whether you can sustain yourself through that period. It's not uncommon for job searches for a job that you want to do to take between 3 and 6 months. So that's definitely something you want to be prepared for. Then I would suggest take a flexible, even part-time job. I really think it's important not to have any ego or pride here. I think there is pride in every job that you do and every work that you do. So I've done every job under the sun. You can probably check out all the side hustles. I'll link to those videos as well. There are ways you can earn money online from home. If you're watching this video and you speak good English, you're a native English speaker, then you could teach English online. That's an idea, but I'm sure you have many people in your network that you could reach out to for something that's maybe part-time and flexible. Here are 2 things to avoid, actually, when you're looking for part-time and flexible work. These multi-level marketing schemes infuriate me, which are like, oh, join us and pay us £100 a month, and then when you get 4 more people, you'll get paid this much. It's a pyramid scheme. I actually saw a few of these posted on LinkedIn as job offers, and it made me so angry. So just avoid those like the plague. You're not interested in making money doing those. Start your own thing, start your own business. And the second one is being aware of scams. This horrified me. There was someone who actually applied for a job, got all these emails from the recruiters. It was meant to be a fully remote job, got hired, ended up having to pay for their laptop and like put it on their credit card that they were going to expense back to the company. This company was entirely fake. This is horrific. I'll actually find the name of the company and make sure that I post it because I saved it when someone posted on LinkedIn. So avoid those. Try to speak to someone who's actually at the company. Some good places to verify is have a look at their website, have a look at Glassdoor as well of employees who have worked there in the past, and try to speak someone who is actually employed there. These schemes are getting way more sophisticated, so you do have to be careful. Normally there are some kind of telltale signs like bad spelling or random email addresses that could give it away, but definitely verify with a few people. It's kind of sad that you have to jump through so many hoops. All right, tempting as it may be to stay in bed until really late and watch Netflix all day, I guarantee that's not going to make you feel any better in a month's time. Keep that limited over your grieving first couple of days. That's fine. But when you're done with that, try to get yourself a good routine. I remember when I was let go, I spent so many nights on my phone applying to jobs because it was just a reaction to being stressed out and like having to find something immediately. You don't need to take the first job that comes along. You will be able to find something that is better suited to you. So try to give yourself a routine, and I mean that from both a work and like a general life perspective. Work often tells us when we wake up and ultimately when we need to go to bed in order to be able to function over the next day. So you're going to have to make sure you maintain some normality of that for yourself. Try to wake up at the same time every day. Try to eat at the same times during the day. All of this stuff really impacts your mental health, because if you decide to, I know because I've done it too, but if you decide to stay in bed all day and eat crap food and then you feel like crap, I say crap? Yeah. If you feel like crap, that is why. So try to invest a little bit of energy into maintaining some healthy sleep patterns, healthy eating, healthy exercise, because all of that will keep you motivated to keep going. Now, when it comes to a work routine, I wish I had some spaghetti to just throw at the wall. that is the worst strategy for applying for jobs, just like mindlessly applying to everything. That's the one thing you should change. Do 5 good job applications every day. Research the company, craft a tailored cover letter, reach out to recruiters, and I do have so many videos on my channel, so do subscribe if you find it helpful so you'll be notified of all the videos. But everything when it comes to making jobs come to you, talking to recruiters, setting up your LinkedIn profile, all of that, just do it over a time box period every day, whether you want to spend 5 hours or 8 hours, which is your full working day. But after that, stop. Get LinkedIn off of your phone, do it on your laptop. You don't need to be applying on jobs obsessively. No, enjoy your life. Consider your job hunting as your regular job. Personally, I don't think you should be putting looking for work on your LinkedIn profile. It feels a little bit entitled, bear with me on this. It's a little bit like, oh, I'm great, so come and get me. Yeah, recruiters can find you by you setting yourself open to work that's visible to recruiters. I don't think you should be telling every employer that you are looking for work. It's almost like you're expecting them to give you something. I think you need to be putting out there what you can offer. So start working on some personal projects. Maybe there's something you've been interested in that you can build that can be added to your CV. I've always been a big advocate for the rest of your life being part of what you can offer as a business, not only within your career. So let's say you're pretty creative and you build this really cool looking website, stick that on your CV. And this is when you'll have some time to be able to add that to your resume. I know a lot of people think about suing the company that they were working for because that's going to give them more money to do whatever they want to do. To be honest, I think in most cases that is a waste of your precious time and energy. Ultimately, the company didn't want you working there. I'm sure there are reasons, if you think about it, that you didn't want to be working there either. So is that really a good use of all your great creative energy? Now, there are probably some cases, I don't know, like maternity, where you might want to seek legal advice. But just remember, it's going to be a lot of time and effort. So how much are you going to be getting in return? In the UK, for example, employers don't even need a reason if you haven't worked there for more than 2 years to let you go. So in most cases, I would say accept it, learn what you can, learn what you could have done better, and also understand what kind of work you might be compatible for or less compatible for. It's not a personal thing. Start to really think about what roles you might be better suited for. That also brings me on to the second point of enjoying the time that you have. Paradoxical maybe, because it sucks to be laid off, but people typically have enough time or enough money. Like when you're a student and you don't have enough money to do anything that you want to do, or when you're working and you never have enough time. So I'm sure at some point you've probably complained about not having enough time. Here is all your time back. Is there family abroad that you've wanted to visit forever? Is there some volunteering project that you've always wanted to do? Is there a hobby that you've always wanted to pick up? Find a way to be able to fit that in. You might not be able to afford the most expensive luxuries anymore, and that's something that you can cut out, but you do have the precious, precious gift of time. So once you've accepted, as I said, being let go, find a way to enjoy the time that you have, and that goes hand in hand with not bothering to sue your company. Just get on with what you can do and what you can enjoy. This could be a massive opportunity for you. If you've always felt like you've been in slightly the wrong career, or there's a different path that you wanted to try, this really is the chance to explore it. In fact, I suggest that if you know there's an area that you want to get into, that flexible part-time work that I suggested, make it in that field. Make it in something relevant that's going to slowly help you understand more about that direction. And my top tip is, don't bother researching too much about it. One of the most important things I've learned throughout the course of my career is trying to figure out what you want to do in your head does not work. Do it for a little bit and that will give you the answer. If you do have these new 8 hours a day that you've just won, it's a fantastic opportunity to upskill. And to be honest, applying for jobs for 8 hours a day is going to get really old, really fast, and your responses probably won't be as, let's say, your responses won't be as inspired. So speaking of, if you haven't used ChatGPT yet to do job applications, get it to review your CV, not to write it for you, but certainly to review it and to give you outlines of cover letters. I find the responses to be unsurprisingly mechanical, robotic, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to need the personal touch, but definitely useful to just start drafting some things for you. So in your 8 hours that you've now won back, you might want to spend 3 hours applying to jobs, but then you can spend the other 5 hours upskilling. Look at people who work having the job roles that you want within companies that you want to work at, and have a look at what qualifications they have if you don't have any ideas. Just stalk them on LinkedIn and figure out whether there's some kind of additional training you could be doing. Yes, I think it's wonderful to get. There are great courses online that you can pay for, but to be honest, anything within the digital tech world, get stuck in and actually do it and get guidance from people who have done it before. That's, once you've actually given it a go and mucked around, you'll have a much better understanding. Don't take the first permanent job that you get offered. Jumping around a lot for short periods of time doesn't look great from a hiring manager's perspective. That's just the truth. I think there may be some more lenience now with how many great people have been let go. Nonetheless, take the flexible part-time things that you want to take, but when you're looking at your next full-time job, this is an opportunity to assess, is this right for me? If you are someone who has always wanted to start their own business, this could be the best thing that ever happened to you, because you may have been perhaps too afraid or too comfortable to ever take the risk and take the plunge and do something yourself. You're never going to get a better opportunity than this one to give it a go. So many great companies were founded with people who were let go. In fact, I might make a video on that, on hugely successful people who became successful also in part because they were let go and they started to look at doing things differently. Don't take something that you really hate, because ultimately it's not going to be rewarding for the company, it won't be rewarding for you, and you won't be contributing to something that could actually make things better. So my suggestion is, give yourself a time limit. Write down now, which you surely would have learned from your last job, at least some learnings. What did I like about the job that I want to take forward in my other jobs? What did I not like that I don't want to take forward? So if you were someone who was working remotely and you hated it, who are those people, by the way? But I know they're out there, but say you hated it, just know that you're only going to be looking for hybrids or roles that are in an office. If you figured out that you hate talking to customers, then don't do a customer-facing role. If you want to start your own business, this is a good opportunity to start small and start building that up. My suggestion is, write down your list of will and won't do and would like to do and wouldn't like to do, and give yourself a time limit. Say, I am comfortable sticking to this rigid list of requirements for the next 3 months. But say I don't find anything, maybe you need to adjust your expectations a little bit according to you know, there's always a little bit of give and take, and maybe you need to make some kind of compromise to move you on to the next step. There is always an element of finding something that you do like in the role that you're doing and not only focusing on the negative. So there you have it. They are my practical tips for bouncing back when you've been let go. I do think that everything happens for a reason. If you choose to see what that reason is, so the mindset and emotional bit is extremely important. I just haven't covered that in the video. So I'll just say a little bit of choose to see this as the best opportunity that you've ever had. Choose to see it as the best thing that's ever happened to you. If you were a character in a movie and this is what happens to the character, what would you like to see happen to that character? What would you like to see that character do in the end? Because ultimately you will have control over a lot of what the next steps are. So I really am wishing you the best of luck with your continued job search. If you're struggling with any aspect of it, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll leave the links down below. Let me know in the comments if there are any particular challenges that you're facing in applying or interviews, or you need any support, and I would be happy to help. Have a great week. Thank you so much. And if you found it useful, subscribe, hit the bell.